Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn of Jessica Lynn Original Studios, and I am back today with a digital stamp that I found on Etsy. I am so excited. I saw this. I love the Addams Family. They are truly one of my favorites. And I found this, I searched on Etsy, and it was through Ziki Sammy. I'm not sure how they pronounce it, but she has some really beautiful people cards, or digital stamps, that I thought would be so much fun to create my own version of Wednesday. And I like this series. I mean, it's very cost efficient. You can see if you do rebates or Redditune, like you can get that 2% back on Etsy right now, which is kind of cool. But the easy part is you just go on Etsy, you choose the image you want, you click buy it now, how you're going to pay for it, and I have it within a matter of minutes. So just like if you go out to jessicalynoriginal.com, which is our website, to choose a digital stamp that you want, you're going to be able to download that within minutes of being, purchasing and actually finalizing that transaction. Now, as a card maker, that's very satisfying because oftentimes, I love the photopolymers, I love the red rubber with the wood, but sometimes I just have like a block of time where I'm like, I want to create something right now. And it's kind of fun because digitals allow you that access, right? You don't have to wait. You don't have to, go, okay, well, I'll order it now and hopefully in a couple days or a week or whatever, I'll feel just as creative as I do right now. So I was able to download this stamp right away, and I really think she's very, very beautiful. And I can think of some other cards I might make with her. And when I purchase stamps or even design them for jessicalynoriginal.com, I really try and think about, and I've done videos on this before, I'll link them down below, but I've really also tried to think about at least 5 to 6 cards that I could make using that stamp. I think that is truly something that helps me justify the purchase or justify what I'm designing. Because I want you to get a whole set of my stamps and be inspired, And this stamp, I have a couple of really fun ideas. So you might actually see this design, this digital that I purchased. And I just came up with another one while I'm watching me starting to color. So I think I might try and do a series of, can I make at least 6 stamps using, or 6 cards using this one digital stamp? So I am going to recreate what I saw on her website in my own version. Like I said, I'm a huge Addams Family fan. Morticia Gomez, love the whole bit. When I was a kid, I had costumes, for Halloween that were that as an adult. And they're my favorites. One of my favorites. And so I thought, what, let's go ahead and create Wednesday similar to what they did. So I'm going to go ahead and color, and I'll come back in and just kind of give some, here's what I'm working on, here's why this is, why that is. But again, I do want to say thank you for hanging out with me today. Don't forget down below there is a subscribe, and all that's going to do is tell you a notification of when another video goes up. We also have a couple other new features down below, so definitely take a look at those. You can join the Jessica Lynn Original community here on Facebook. We do all kinds of surprise-free digis. You get first notification when other videos are coming. You get a preview on some videos. And then some other things that I am currently working on, so I'm excited. There's also a thank you. If you enjoy my content or what I'm doing, and you're like, well, I don't want to subscribe, but I don't, what are great ways I can help this channel? You could go ahead and share out our video. You could go ahead and comment, share it with your friends, put it out on Twitter or Facebook. Or there is a little thank you, and all of those donations, they go right back to our channel to purchase more markers, more supplies, more fun stuff that I can share here with you. Jessica Lynn Original Studios does also more than just our stamps. If you've ever watched our channel before, we also go on adventures that I love to share. I just think it's fun not to be bound by one specific thing. I think it's really inspiring to be very creative, and I hope that you enjoy that. We also have craft sections and other sections you could take a look at too. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch me color for a few moments with these Copics, and I will be right back. Now, I don't know about you, but one of the things I have struggled with is trying to get black hair to look like black hair, right? Because it's just typically, you know, you don't want just one tone. And so what I really liked about the way she did this on her Etsy store was that she left some pops of white and she did some lighter grays and she really built up the colors. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do, is try and recreate what she did, but with markers and pen. I'm going to tell you when it's all done, though. I think it looks really cool, so I can't wait for you to see it. But I think that's the fun of, you know, learning this. And it's not that I'm, you know, I'm trying to emulate what she's doing because I want to learn that new skill. And I think I love this picture. I love this image. I think she's so pretty. I mean, I want to draw it to look, see if I can make it to look like my daughter's or stuff like that too. I mean, it just a fun image. So I think that's what I'm going to try and focus on, is try and see if I can get it to, you know, emulate that hair that she had on the original Etsy store. And for those of you that have never used digital stamps before, welcome. Digital stamps are just like photopolymer or anything else. The way I would think of them, though, is more like clip art, right? So it's a piece of, it's a JPEG or a PDF or a, you know, any of those different PNG. And basically what it is like a drawing that you can go color. Think of it kind of like a coloring book. And what's nice is that you can go and take this, put it out on, let's say, a Word document, for example, and you could, you know, size it up, size it down. You know, a lot of times I'll take digital stamps and I'll actually print these off like on a full-size piece of paper and give them to my kids. And it's fun because then we all are kind of doing the same thing together, but yet they're doing their creative version of how they're going to color her in. And I always think it's fun to do that because kids don't, I don't know, I think when we all turn into adults, we get too serious. And so we forget how fun card making really is. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's a weird phrase, but card making can be so much fun. Like if you want to give her pink hair, who cares? Like that's cool. Why not? If you want to try and change something up completely, why not? I mean, there's no limits, but sometimes when we make cards, we're so bound by what the normals are. Like, ooh, I should make her look a certain way, or I should color her a certain this or that. And I think that's the fun of it. You don't have to, you know, decide what you want to make her look like and go for it. And I think it's fun to watch my kids color and then go, oh, you know, I would have never picked those colors, but I love what you did. And I have found myself doing some of that with them, that, you know, I'll see them color certain colors for hair or for eyeballs or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, let's try that. And I did a card quite a few years ago with a pirate, and she was very cool looking pirate lady. And my kids had colored her hair pink, and I went, oh, I like that. And then at the time, the trend was to do some of that gray with the pink. And so I thought, hey, okay, let's try that. And so I did, and to this day, it's still one of my favorite cards. So don't be afraid, especially with digitals, to go outside the box, try something new, and you'll be very happy with the results. It's surprising. So what you can see here is I'm building up my grays. Started with my lightest, building it up, and at the end, I'm actually going to take my favorite pen. So if you guys have watched my channel for a while, I have a Pilot G2. They honestly should sponsor me for as much as I talk about them, but they don't. Maybe someday. But I'm going to go back in with that and actually add in the black harsh lines, because I don't want it to look like she has gray hair, but I also want it to have lots of highlights and shadows. So I think that this will be a really good compromise to make it look like that. I really love how this is turning out. Now I'm just going back in with some grays to just add some shadows, make it look like a little bit of eyeshadow, because I think I kind of just want her eyes, even though they pop, I want them to even pop more. One of the things I love about when I color eyes is doing like a lighter shade and then the darker shade at the bottom, and it just makes the eyes almost look like they're looking back at you. It's kind of realistic and almost a little creepy, but... So let's go ahead and add a couple more highlights and then we'll just finish her on up, and we're going to make just a very simple card. I really want this to be about the image, so I printed it that it's almost the full size of the card. This is looking so cool. So I'm just going to add a shadow, I think, all the way from the top of her head to the bottom on the right side, just to help kind of ground her, because there really is no background. But I think that she looks great. This is a really fun digital image. Like I said, I have a couple more ideas on, I think, ideas that I might make with her, so there might be more videos with her. This video was not sponsored by them. I literally went out to Etsy, purchased the stamp because I really liked it. And I do love to support other small businesses. I think it's so important. Like, in the world we're living in right now, I think it is more important now than it has ever been to support small businesses. Because if we don't, we are not going to have individual, one-of-a-kind stores, restaurants, bars, stamp companies in the future. It's all going to be just generic, big, high conglob, whatever. So please, I can't tell you enough, you know, come and support my company, even if it's just with a share, or if you like this video, you know, I mean, I appreciate the other, but obviously, you know, just sharing this out, getting this out to people to see it. You know, subscribe to my channel. There's no cost, unless you decide to join the community or to, you know, do the thank you. But, you know, go and support these small businesses, because right now more than ever, you know, they are really sort of in the line of fire. And it's kind of a shame, because back in, you know, the 1950s and 60s, when McDonald's was nothing, when all these companies were nothing, they were embraced, and that's why they're the big companies they are today. So please go out and do that. I do want to say thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait. Let's see how this looks. We're just going to fold now. Just so that you know, I'm literally just putting black paper at the background. I know it's hard to see because what I design on is black as well. I used to use a white board, and it was really reflective, and so that kind of just didn't work for me. Don't forget, I always encourage you, sign the back of your cards. You know, it's one of those that it makes a big difference when people say, oh my gosh, you know, Jess, you sat in color. Yes, I did. You know, I make cards for family all the time, and I think those cards mean a lot, just because there was more than just a signature placed on them. So we're just going to put glue on the pack of little Wednesday here, although she's not so little. She looks like a freshman in high school kind of Wednesday. We're going to go ahead and just glue that up. I always think it's fun to see the back of the Copics too. It's kind of fun. So let's go ahead and just plop her down on there centered nicely. And that's it. You know, I mean, look how beautiful. Now, you could put some really cool, like, little, some jewels, some, you know, little sparkles. You could put some, I would love to see her eyes with that liquid glass. Beautiful. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. We are right now on the Coffee Lovers blog hop, so be sure to go take a look at our blog. There is a free digital stamp at our website, so go to check that out. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.